Hello to all my legends out there. Hope everybody's having a wonderful weekend and a great Saturday. We're here for another episode, our second episode of Send It Saturdays. And Send It Saturdays are basically the day where we send in the week, kind of wrap up the week. And we also look at what cards we were sending out or people were sending to us and stuff like that. So this week, another fantastic week here at Lineup Legends. We're making 1 to 2 videos a day. We do a lot of daily fantasy sports content videos, and then even more we're focusing on daily sports card videos. So daily fantasy sports and sports cards, lots of sports talk, and just getting back into the sports card hobby. Been a long time DFS player since basically the beginning of the industry. Used to collect sports cards a long time ago. We're talking about in the late 80s and the early 90s, and then took a huge gap break and then maybe collected for like a year kind of for fun in my early 20s. And then now I'm back in my early 40s here, starting to collect again, starting to learn about the hobby. Really enjoying getting back into collecting cards, checking out cards, interacting with the sports card community. The YouTube sports card community seems like it's absolutely thriving right now. So it's super fun to meet all these cool new people, look at all their collections, see what they enjoy. And I'm just hearing so many good stories of, sports cards and sports card collecting are kind of filling gaps in my life or revitalizing my love for sports or collecting or my family, even, reconnecting with my kids or all kinds of wonderful stories like that. So that's kind of what is happening to me as well too. Have a little extra free time, don't know what to do, need to fill it with something meaningful. And for me, that right now is sports cards. And it's not just about the sports cards, but it's about meeting new people. It's about the community. It's about building a collection. It's about bonding with my young son and my daughter they're both pretty young. My daughter's only 4 or 5 months and my son's only 4. So they're kind of not, they're not really quite there yet on understanding everything. But my son, I open cards with him. He really has a great time. He has a little collection box I got him this week that he's starting to collect cards in. We read the cards. We read the back of the cards. Even the Allen and Ginter cards, I busted a blaster box 2 weeks ago of those. And, they put a lot of moon cards or other kind of random beach cards, and me and my son will read about them together. So kind of, sports cards and sport card collecting can lead to all kinds of things. Now we're learning how to read with my kid and we're spending bonding time together, and he's learning about collecting and prices and investments and selling and trading. And there's all these little things that I can remember when as a little kid myself, 5, 7, 8, 9 years old, sports cards were teaching me all this stuff in sports. And there's a lot of hidden value and meaning to life in some of this stuff, and a lot of great lessons and things of that nature that I think people realize it happens, and they know they can feel it, but it's not talked about a lot, or it's not really acknowledged that, sports cards and sports card collecting, while it's just this one thing, you learn a lot about applying the knowledge or applying the lessons to just life in general, in regular life. So that's really fun to see. This week we did a lot. The first week, this is only my second week doing it, but we're going strong, and I don't see any end in sight right now. So the first week we looked at Allen and Ginter, and this week we looked at 2018 Topps Heritage product, and we spent a lot of time focusing on that, and that was super fun. Super great product. Highly recommend going back through the week's videos and checking out the 2018 Topps Heritage stuff. If you like Allen and Ginter, like I said last week, go check out those videos. We did a whole bunch of Allen and Ginter stuff. So I think next week, we're looking forward to next week. I'm going to probably do 2018 Stadium Club cards. So we'll be checking those out next week, if that sounds like something that's interested you. And as far as sending it goes, Send It Saturdays. This week I sent cards to 3 people, and if you go on my website, lineuplegends.com, and the link is in the description of all the videos I put out. But if you go there, you'll see on the very first page there's a kind of a spreadsheet I put in there, and there's a tab you can see right here. I'll show you on the screen. There's a tab called Card Pals, and if you click on that tab, you'll go over here, and these are basically the people that I've kind of met in the hobby so far in the first month or so I've been back, and people that I'm sending cards to. So these 3 people I did send cards to this week again. And I try to send a few cards out to people every week. And I would and this is for free. I just pay for it myself. I just do it out of, to get other people stoked and hype on the hobby and put good karma out there, put positivity out there, put positive vibes out there. Sometimes you do one nice thing for some person, they might do a nice thing for someone else, and then it gets triggering. And I think if people just kept doing nice things for other people, the world would be a lot better place, and we'd be able to just grow positivity and support and, just love for humanity as a whole. And I think sports cards and sports can have a very strong foothold in doing stuff like that. And so the Card Pals idea behind it is I watch a lot of Eric, the Jabs family. Love that guy. He's an amazing person, amazing collector. But he does a thing where you send him cards that you don't want, and then you write a little note, and then you tell him what cards you do want. And so it works because, people are constantly sending him stuff they don't want, and then that other people want. So he can kind of get stuff in and keep it, and then send it back out to people that want it, and it just keeps going in a circle. And he does mail days like that. And I kind of took this concept from that a little bit. And but I just made it to where we can have one place called Card Pals where you can go. You don't need to send me any cards. There needs to be no middleman. And we all can do it as a community together, where we can all go here and just find people to send cards to that we might have extras of, that we don't want, that we know will get them hyped because they're collectors or fans of that particular team or sport or guy. So this week I sent some more cards to my friend Scott at American Dream Sports Cards in Texas, Dallas, Texas area. He just started his own local card shop. So I've been sending him some cards. Hopefully maybe he can, nothing crazy or nothing expensive, but just stuff that he can maybe put in the display cases, sell to, local fans. I'm in California, so I don't really care about too many Texas teams, although I was born in San Antonio and raised in Texas. So I do have a strong love for some sports teams. The Dallas Mavericks and the Dallas Cowboys are not one of them. I do love the Astros. I do love the Rangers. But kind of fond of the Spurs, I guess, somewhat, just from going to the games as a little kid. But yeah, so I sent a couple cards to Scott. I would recommend anybody else. He collects vintage football, and I would assume since he's in the Dallas area that he likes, Mavericks cards, Cowboys cards, that kind of stuff. I've never really talked to Scott, and I do include my email, but yeah, if I ever hear from him, I can get a little better feel for what he likes. And then my other good friend, Scott, I met on sportscardforum.com, and I've been doing my pack breaks over there and my box breaks. I collect blaster boxes. That's what I collect. As I got back into the hobby, that's just what I decided to collect a month ago or whatever. So just building up my collection on that. And I love breaking them and stuff too. Of course, I collect players and teams and other cards. But that's my main thing I'm focusing on as I get back into the hobby and collecting, and what I have a little bit of a passion about. And so I break those open and I post them on Sports Card Forum. And I say I'll give the cards that I don't want away for free. I usually keep like 1 or 2 or 3 cards out of the box, and then the whole rest of the box is just I'll send them out to people. So Scott's one of those guys. He picked up some Allen and Ginter cards for the first week I did this, and then he picked up some 2018 Top Heritage cards this week that I sent out this week to him. So that was super fun. And I don't really know I know he has a passion for through the mail autographs, so I'm sure he's getting these cards to send out to different players. So there's really no rhyme or reason behind the players I think he's picking, and I haven't really got to discuss his favorite teams or players yet. So that's that. And then I met another buddy who's actually in Canada, Dan, and Dan was going to take advantage of some of the free cards from this week's 2018 Heritage Blaster Box break. And he told me he collects Giants, so he got all the Giants out of there. Jordan Hicks, Derek Rodriguez, Pudges, Kidd, and Mellon Conan. So send him some Giants cards. Dan, if you ever watch this video, I'm probably going to send you a little treat, a little surprise for you. I got a nice Giants game used jersey card. Hope to be sending you here. But yeah, I just recommend people come check this tab out. I hope it grows huge. I hope we get thousands of names. If you want to be added to this list, just let me know. And yeah, I highly recommend sending out at least one little package or letter or note to someone else in the hobby and just connect with them, or get them stoked. Or it's always so fun to get get stuff in the mail. It's always exciting. Even at 40 years old, I still get excited to get stuff in the mail, especially when you don't know what it is, or it's going to be something you really enjoy or like. And yeah, if we just keep these positive vibes going and everybody comes here and starts sending stuff out to people that they don't want, or they think other people will enjoy more than them, then we could probably really get something going here with the card pals. And it's kind of like pen pals sort of idea where, you write to your favorite people around the world or whatever. And then, that about wraps it up for this Send It Saturday. And hopefully we will have another great week here at Lineup Legends. We usually take off from the sports card videos on Sunday. We still do daily fantasy sports because it's nonstop, but usually I'll take Sundays to kind of gather my thoughts, regroup, get ready for the next week's content, get it all ready. I mean, this stuff takes lots of research, lots of time. I think people look at just the videos. You see a 5-minute video or a 10-minute video, but yeah, and I'm not even, I'm not even fully immersed or dived into this stuff yet, as this is only my second week and I'm still getting used to this stuff. But yeah, this is super fun so far, and thank you so much for everybody listening. I cannot appreciate it enough. And like I said, love to meet everybody. Send me messages, leave comments in the video, leave likes, subscribe, go to my website, hit me up through the contact pages. I'm usually super easy to get a hold of, so you should be able to get a hold of me some way or another. And if I'm not responding back, leave something in the comments and I'll definitely get back to you. But anyways, everybody have a great weekend. Happy collecting. Talk to everybody soon. Take care.